Here's a quick demo of a 4D structure I started using to get a head start on FTE, but I found it very useful throughout the process, and if you're interested in it, I'd be glad to share it with you. If I just start the program, it goes back to the last database that we were using, and that database is, well, this one is Blackburn Elementary School, and I've blanked out names and GTID numbers and SSNs for the demo here. Normally, the way that would work is, well, let me just quit it. Let me start it again. I'm going to start it with an option key down. And if I start it with the option key down, it gives me the option of creating a new database, and you do that for each of your schools. But I've already created those, so I'm going to open the database. And the database I'm going to open is on my desktop, and it's, which one is it? I guess it's in this 3.7 folder. Here's where I keep all my databases, and I want to go back to Blackburn because that's the one I've got blanked out, and I want to open that database. And this is exactly where I was before, in that we're on these blanked out kids. Now, once you get your data corrected in the way you want it, you can do and write. You can write the count one and upload this to FTE Portal if you need to do mass changes and stuff. And the way I change this data is there's an option in here. It's called replace, and you just find the field that you want to replace. Like if you wanted to replace the school ID, you could replace the school ID for this 736 records by just typing it in and hitting replace right here. That's the way I replace the first name or the last name, student ID, and that kind of stuff. I wrote that file out, and I have that file over here on my desktop. So normally this would be a PowerSchool FTE extract that you'd be dealing with. But the way you get your data in is you say get PowerSchool FTE file. I'm going to erase everything so I won't have them in here twice. I want to erase. I got to find the file. It's on my desktop. It's called demo. And I'm just going to open this file. And this is a PowerSchool import right here. And I have the exact same numbers that I had in there before. Now, if once I get my data in that I've read in from PowerSchool, this is a pretty useful report, I think. If you get a summary of FTE error codes, I'm going to preview this, and let me zoom it up so we can see it, even though you have to scroll around here. What we have here is this school is earning. This does not count special ed because special ed is so special I can't really count it from this information right here. Well, that's a whole nother story. Let's just don't even get into that. But if you just look at you by groups, you can see that I had this many dollars, almost $500,000 of C's, which is grades 4 through 5. I had 1,244 segments. I had 207.33 FTEs, and that earned me this much money on the C's, the G's, and so forth. And what's interesting about this is you can save these files from counts, and then you can print out a page, show how much you earned last year, how much you earned this year, this kind of stuff. Okay, I'm going to cancel this. Okay, here's a very quick just drive-by of some of the things you can do with it. For example, You can sort on codes if you click this thing right here and sort them. And then you can scroll down and all your empty codes, I think, will be at the bottom if we have any empty codes. I don't believe we have any empty codes in this one. This is a abbreviated database, so I bet you we're not going to have any W's in this, because I think I just exported or are dealing with normal and regular kids. But on all your count ones that you send up, we'll have to send those W's up, so we'll have a lot of those. I find this very useful. If I sort by schools and I've got that problem where I've got a bad school number in it, it shows up for me at the bottom of the list down here. You can import. I think I've got a text file in here. There's the text file. Open this. And then I have to tell it, you know, what goes where. That'd be something like name or something like that. But you can import if you've got a Excel spreadsheet, or you can export if you want to get the data out of here. You can search for non-paying codes. We're not going to find any in this data right here. With this report up here, check for non-paying codes. The report you get out also will give you that type of stuff. You can do queries for any field. You can look at all the fields that you send up to